Shalom, shalom, friends. Thank you for being here with us once again. I wanted to spend these next couple of weeks that we have together on these Tuesday afternoons to talk a little bit about some of the beautiful liturgy, the beautiful prayers that we have on Rosh Hashanah and on Yom Kippur. It is so poetic, so remarkable, so deep. And unfortunately, when many people come to services on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, the services are so long. Admittedly, they're very long. They're very complicated. And it's just like going to a concert or an opera where if it's very long and you're not really reading the libretto and you're not really reading the notes, then of course it kind of goes by. But I want to share with you some of the highlights of our traditional service that I think are remarkable. One today comes to my mind, and it is a passage of prayer that appears in the Amidah, both on Rosh Hashanah and on Yom Kippur, and it is titled Uvachein. Now, the word Uvachein means and so, something like that, and so, and therefore. And this prayer is 3 paragraphs. But what's really happening in this prayer, these 3 paragraphs, is we are moving higher and higher and higher. And the poet, the writer of this prayer, is describing the kinds of levels that we are hoping our internal neshama, our internal soul, is able to rise to during this holiday. And we read these words, beautiful poetry, that each of the 3 paragraphs start with the word uvachein. And therefore, our translator in our prayer book chose not to translate the word uvachein. He said he's not going to translate the word uvachein. I can suppose that the reason he didn't is because he wanted to express that it's not really and so. This is and so, this kind of introductory words are meant to draw our attention to 3 levels, 3 steps, uvachein, uvachein, uvachein. And the first step in this prayer is asking God to instill inside of us the emotion of awe, feeling like there is something amazing out there. It's like standing. I've often described it as standing. Let us feel as if we were standing on the edge of the Grand Canyon, and we feel this sense of awe. Or looking up in the sky and seeing the stars and recognizing, gee whiz, that's awesome. But what's happening when we say those words, seeing the Grand Canyon or the stars? We're also saying, my goodness, I'm just a tiny speck. I am just a very little piece of matter in this huge universe. And the first step in moving up in this ladder of consciousness, if you will, in this ladder of spirituality, the first step is to recognize our own humility, our own humbleness, our own way of saying the world does not revolve around us, but rather we are part of this magnificence. The second step, the second uvachein, is request to God, a kind of plea, if you will, for us to be able to live honorably, for us to be able to have a kind of honor, dignity and honor. And it sounds like when we read this section, that what the poet wants to convey is that in order to get to this second level, we have to recognize externally and internally that we are beings of value, that we have value. And yes, it says in this thing, bestow honor upon your people, Adonai. Praise to those who revere you. Let us feel that we have dignity, that we're worth something, even though we know, we just said, we're just a small piece of matter in a large world. We're worth something as well. We have some value. Let us feel that value in any of the myriad of ways that that can be felt. The third level of Uvachain, the third and highest level, is the prayer for joy and righteousness when the evil and the arrogance that fills this world is removed. This is envisioning this highest level of being when we can live in perfect peace without fear of any enemies, without fear of what might happen to us. When we feel secure and peaceful, we are then in that highest level of existence. It says, Uvachain, Uvachain. Let us rejoice then. Let us sing when all wickedness will disappear like smoke. Now, this is a remarkable set of prayers that appears over and over again. Uvachain, Uvachain, Uvachain. Let us move from one level to the next, as we say on Rosh Hashanah and on Yom Kippur, La'ela, La'ela, higher and higher. The Mourner's Kaddish now. Yit Gadal v'yit Gadash Shemei Rabam, B'alma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala u'v'izman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabam mevarach li'olam li'amei amaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitboar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yidadar v'yidaleh v'yidalal Shemei d'kudisha barichu, Li'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechamata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim alenu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, alenu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Thank you very much, friends. We'll see you next week.